Imagine you come from a community where 70% of the deliveries are from children 12 to 17 years. These are underage children. You have a 17-year-old returning for a second or even third delivery. This is a disaster because they are not ready for childbirth. They are not ready to be mothers themselves, their children. But this is what is happening in a community in Maasai Mara. And these are questions that we asked ourselves, but we didn't have answers to. But I believed that the community has the answers. What we thought were the big problems, FGM, lack of sanitary products. But again, the gender issues actually compounded the entire issue. Yeah, you'd have a man, he owns 1,000 acres of land, 1,000 heads of cattle, but cannot afford money to give to the daughter for sanitary products. So where do we start from in such a case? The women are fully aware that FGM does not in any way help them. In fact, it complicates their lives. Likelihood of bleeding during childbirth. There are girls being married off when they are still young. But then, all of us development workers kept going and giving and overloading these women with information. But what power do they have to get away from these harmful practices? They cannot, because the men are the ones who make decisions. They are the custodians of the traditional norms and laws. So the women cannot change anything. So because I do not believe in fighting tradition but actually challenging it, we looked for some women who are vocal enough, who could challenge the men so that they can talk to them. And once the first time we called them to empower them as leaders, what they actually told us, can you first talk to our men? Let our men give us the blessings. And when the men came and we explained the problem at hand, they did not look back. They are their daughters, they are their sisters, and they wanted a solution for the issues that were happening. So the men quickly gave authority to the women and gave them the blessings, and the women started their work, talking to the girls in school so that they can remain in school. And also one other important thing before I forget is that the Maasai men were never involved in their girls' lives whenever they became teenagers. But at this point, then we were able to talk to them that a girl still needs the father even after entering adolescence. So they started being part of their daughters' lives. And this is slowly changing the narratives. The girls can engage with their fathers. They are now can share their problems, so they can actually get the sanitary products from them. I may not say that we have 100% solved the issue of teenage pregnancy, but I believe this is one step towards solving the bigger issue. The next time I tell you the story, we hope to have reduced the teenage pregnancies from 40% to maybe 5 or even 0%. What does this mean? We will have reduced the cost of treating women with maternal complications. We will have reduced the number of girls who are dropping out of school, taking over education. We will also have controlled the population that is rapidly growing in the Maasai Mara, because if a woman starts giving birth at 13, then you can imagine by the time they are 50, how many children they have in their life. Land is not increasing, but population is being there. Pressure is coming there. The ecosystem, the wildlife, the livestock they have will also be under pressure from the human beings. So if we really need to reverse we want to reverse the climate change that is happening, we need to conserve some of this land and so that the future generations can also enjoy what we are enjoying. So reducing teenage pregnancy has a bigger impact beyond just poverty. It also has a future for the generations that we are living in. How will we conserve the lion and the elephant for the tourists to come and see it tomorrow? Is by making sure that the population growth is also in check. And these people have other incomes and livelihoods apart from just looking at the land, which is a small resource, and livestock, which is not sustainable in the near future.